Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the shore excursion that we did while we were in Curacao. So I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I am from Minnesota, so I don't know really what I'm talking about when it comes to islands. While we were in Curacao, we did the Curacao Highlights and Beach Fun shore excursion. After this shore excursion, I have two more excursions that we did on our 7-day Freedom of the Seas cruise. And hopefully I'll have those videos out soon because I want to make them before I forget everything that happened on the shore excursions. So anyways, this shore excursion was 4 hours long and it cost $54 for an adult and $44 for a child. It starts off at 8:30 in the morning. At least the one we did. There are, I think, 3 time options, but I would recommend doing the earliest or the earlier one that we did, and I'll get into why, but I'd recommend doing the earlier option. This shore excursion starts off with a bus tour of the area right around the port, and you get to see a couple of the historic sites on the island. Like there's a floating pontoon bridge, I think it's called, and there's a historic fort, and you're on your way towards the Blue Curacao Liquor Factory. So this is a distillery that's on the island, and you have an opportunity on this shore excursion to get off the bus and take a look at the factory. You can see kind of a historic part, how the liquor used to be made, and then people actually bottling new bottles of liquor. Also included in the shore excursion is free samples of the different liquors that they have on hand. So we got to try 3 different flavors. I wasn't the biggest fan of, there was a coffee flavor. I didn't love that one, but it was really cool that we got to try some samples. They also had a gift shop, and there was enough time during our break to get in line for samples, look around the gift shop, and there's also a free restroom. Which, if you haven't seen my other videos, or if this one's going up before I talk about some of the other shore excursions, bathrooms aren't always necessarily free everywhere that you go on these excursions. There's some places that'll charge you $1 or $2 to go to the bathroom, so it's good to know when to use the bathroom and when to wait if there's a cost. Of course, go to the bathroom if you need to go, but there's a free bathroom there. After taking a look at the factory and getting to spend some time there, you get back on the bus, and the bus driver continues to narrate some history and facts about the island, and then they bring you to Mambo Beach. At Mambo Beach, you'll have a couple hours to kind of do what you want. It's free time. So there are shops that you can visit, kind of like typical beachfront shops where they have swimsuits. There was an ice cream place, a couple of restaurants, nothing too like crazy or super unique that you have to see. So at Mambo Beach, there are beach chairs that you can rent, and also like, I don't know if you call it a cabana, but like kind of a large bed that has sides that you can close. To rent a single chair at Mambo Beach is $4. To rent 2 chairs is $7. If you want to get one of the cabanas, that's $16. And then for $20, you can have access to the pool that's right next to the beach. I think there are different areas along Mambo Beach, but there's one specific area that your tour guide / bus driver will indicate that you should sit in this area as part of Royal Caribbean. And then there's a person who is employed by, I think, like the beach club, who goes around and collects the fee from each person for renting the chairs. If you do the later tour, we were there probably 45 minutes before the next wave of Royal Caribbean people came from our ship, and by the time they got there, there was really not a lot of chairs left, if any, and finding ones that were together, I'm assuming, was pretty hard because my mom and I had a tough time trying to find 2 together when we got there, and we were the first group. So if you really want to go to Mambo Beach, I would find either a shore excursion that just brings you straight to the beach, or like a cab or something, or do the earlier shore excursion, because the folks that came in the 2 waves after us, there really wasn't enough beach chairs for everybody. And it was really hot, and there's not a ton of shade. So my mom and I actually, after about an hour in the beach chairs, we got up and we walked around the shops just to cool off. At Mambo Beach, there's also a free bathroom. So I didn't wear my swimsuit underneath my clothes for this shore excursion. I brought a backpack with a change of clothes and some water, and then once we got to Mambo Beach, I changed in the bathroom there, which isn't necessarily the case at all of these beaches or shore excursions. You're not always going to have the opportunity to change easily, and so that was kind of nice that they have a foot washing station, so you get sand on your feet, you can wash your feet. There is a bathroom, and it was right next to where the chairs were for the Royal Caribbean guests. Right next to the pool that you can get into for $20 and the chairs that we were renting, there was like an outdoor, like a poolside bar, and it's called Madera Ocean Club. I probably am pronouncing that wrong, but they had a pretty good selection of mixed drinks and non-alcoholic drinks. I did ask for a Jim Gimlet, and the bartender didn't know what that was, so I would just order off the menu. The non-alcoholic drinks were pretty affordable. I think that they were like $5 maybe, and I got a mojito, and that was, I think the mojito I got was like $12, but the non-alcoholic drinks were a lot cheaper, like $5 or $6, and they were really good. I really liked the drinks that we got. Something else I want to point out about renting the chairs that I forgot to mention earlier is that the woman who was collecting the fee, it looked like she was just taking cash from people. And I'm sure they have some kind of means of using a credit card, but it probably would be easier if you just brought along some small bills just in case they do ask you for the rental fee. Make sure that you bring a towel for the chairs. They didn't have towels available at the beach, but you can get a towel from Royal Caribbean before you get off the boat, or if you brought your own towel, bring that. I would bring chair clips because, of course, it's an island, it's a beach, it's windy. You don't want to lose your towel. You can also bring your own snacks and like a water bottle because it's just an open beach, and so just make sure to clean up after yourself. Don't be, disrespectful or irresponsible, but you could bring your own water bottle. The one downside of going on the earlier shore excursion is that when we were walking around to check out the shops when we were getting too hot from laying on the beach, they were not all open because it was like, I guess it was about 10:30 in the morning, and so not all of them are open. So there was an ice cream shop that was all the way at the end, and I really wanted to get some soft serve, but they weren't actually open yet, so we had to wait till they opened, and then I was able to grab a cone quick and then head back to the bus. So overall, I think that this shore excursion wasn't like the most unique shore excursion that I've ever done, but it was also a good time. It was cool to see the liquor factory and get to try a couple free samples. Nothing too much because it was really early in the morning. It was nice that all the bathrooms along the way were free. I don't think that it dragged on for too long, and our tour guide had a lot of information to share about the island as we were driving around. I liked Mambo Beach. It wasn't anything too crazy. It felt, so as I mentioned, it reminded me of the place where Tom Cruise works in Cocktail, but it also reminds me a little bit of how Coco Cay, the Royal Caribbean owned island in the Caribbean. It reminds me of what Coco Cay used to look like before they redid it, where it has that same style of beach chair, and there's just kind of like the one beach area. So I have 2 more shore excursions that I want to make sure that I summarize our experience on them before I forget everything that happened on this 7-day cruise. So stay tuned for those videos. If you have other questions about freedom of the seas or about cruising in general, I would be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!